Hello everyone, welcome to another weekly market review. Today is the 27th of January 2020 and we are into a very interesting point in cryptocurrencies and the world markets. So I don't want to waste much time. Let's get right into it. So here's the total market cap. What I want to do this week is more to talk about potential targets and how to manage this trade. Last week I did clearly mention that dips are worth buying. We were thinking that it is a possibility that the daily support might hold, but it's just a standard ABC correction, guys. And you can see the 382 level, it's held up really well. We never had any daily closes below it. And another thing I want to tell you is when we look at high time frame supports and resistances, you will always see price wicking through it, but you should also pay attention to the daily close, guys, because essentially it's more with high time frame levels that you will see price wicking, but you will see closes being respected more often than not. So we got a 382 retrace on the total market cap, and for a confirmation that this is the end of this correction, we still need a higher high, which means we need to move above 245 billion and then confirm it by breaking out of there. So I think this would be more ideal, as something that I would be expecting a bullish week, for a bullish couple of weeks, guys. But the dips were for buying, and if you were buying the dip with me, we would already be up a good 5 to 6%. And there are more places to manage risk. You can look at my Twitter. There's a 12-hour chart that's showing big support across the board. So there is place to manage risk. And in terms of targets, what we can see is a classical double bottom right here. And this is a double bottom which has confirmed with a retest. And if we look at the target for the double bottom, we head towards the next 618, guys, of this diagonal channel, and that has confluence with the weekly resistance. So I would say anywhere between 290 and 300 billion is where we're possibly going to be heading over the next couple of weeks, so that's a target for the total market cap. And very interestingly, you can see this is when BTC had the China pump, so this is when BTC hit 10k. So for the next couple of weeks, we could easily be breaking that 10,000 level if price has to manifest this double bottom target. So here's altcoin market cap. Again, you can see we pretty much held this daily support level on a closing basis. We did wick down below. I think there would have been a lot of stops hiding at these levels across the board. We had a wick below it. We retested it. I'll just zoom in a bit. So you can see this was the stop run level. We made a stop run and we retested the level and we blasted right through it. And currently we are finding support. So finding resistance is a strong weekly resistance level, but again, very similar formation. It's just a little bit stronger, guys. The odds, they're moving in either direction stronger, but again, you have a clear double bottom here with a retest. On a line chart, this is going to be looking perfect. On the daily line chart, you can see it's respecting the closes. So when we draw diagonals, guys, I think either you should be looking at a close to close or a wick to wick. Don't make a wick to a close, because I think that creates a lot of bias. So a close to close or a wick to wick is how you should be drawing your trend lines. And again, this double bottom, let's get a target for this. Since odds have moved more, I think this is a bigger target that we're looking at. And this is close to 100 billion, guys. It's about 97 billion. I will have to look at what major support level, the resistance levels we have. We have a big resistance. This daily block here. So This daily block here, 100 billion. So I think anywhere between 97 to 100 billion. That's a target for the altcoin market cap. Again, for confirmation, we need to make a higher high, which means we need to get above 80 billion, possibly find support on this weekly resistance, and then get that move up. But yes, across the board, crypto's looking bullish, and crypto Twitter is still bearish. Congrats if you are following me, and congrats if you bought this dip. So here's odds against BTC, guys. This is calculated on TradingView. You can see the formula here. It's basically calculated from the total market cap, and we're removing the USD aspect from it. So what you can see is this is basically the 2018 top, and we have been on a massive downtrend since then. All we did make a nice pattern on the daily time frame here. We tried to find support over it, and we failed. This is April when BTC made a strong impulse. All BTC absolutely like grinded down, and it was all BTC all the way till the September moves where we found the bottom. You can check my Twitter. I call this bottom on alt BTC as well. So alt BTC we have made again. You can see it looks like a double bottom formation. This was the weekly level, which is currently holding us. So I should for now turn this weekly resistance into a weekly support. Yeah, for now it's holding, and if we want to look at targets for odds against BTC, again it is a double bottom right here with a retest across the board, guys. This is what it is, and you can imagine that crypto Twitter is still bearish. There's so many bullish patterns right here, even if people do classical charting or not. But let's look at how it's about a 17-18% move across the board. That is pretty big because the last move was about a 20% move. So something similar to the previous move that we've had since the beginning of Jan. It is possible to get that in February, and this is the target for all BTC. Very interestingly, if we do hit this target, look at the trend line that we're going to be challenging, guys. And this is actually the big resistance. This is the big resistance I was talking about since a long time for alts against BTC. And this is the resistance. If we reclaim, we do get an alt season. Unfortunately, I think that this might be the last leg on alts for now, considering the halving is near. And this correction may bring us back down, and BTC might go on its own. It is possible because halving is that kind of an event. But nonetheless, technically, guys, double bottom on alt BTC, and this would be the target for it. I've been calling specific odds on the Subverto Twitter. If you've been following those, ETC-BCH, these have been the stronger ones. BSV was the fourth large cap. These were the four big large caps that have been making this move. This entire move has been constructed with these coins, and these are the ones to focus on. And we caught the retrace on BCH. We did catch Dash as well. Publicly, I was not able to call ETC, but if you look at it, he has great relative strength. BSV, we took a lot of profits, and you can see he's kind of lost his strength, but he's already made a 6x, guys, from the bottom. So that's something that you have to consider and keep in mind. But still, odds against BTC, this has specific odds, guys. Broad market is moving. It's moving pretty slow, but you can expect a continuation for now. And if this is odds against BTC, this is a continuation on large caps. Possibly once we do start getting that correction, we can think about the moves that money will flow into the mid caps and small caps. But odds against BTC, again, a very classical pattern, showing up very nicely, and important levels holding up. So I'm expecting an absolutely amazing week or two for cryptocurrencies, and it is really surprising to me that there's so many big accounts on Twitter that have so many followers, and these guys are just not in on it, guys. I don't see people bullish, and I think that is the sentiment that we need for an actual rally. So it's all adding up, and let's see how this goes. So here's alts BTC overlaid with Bitcoin dollar, and this is again the 25th of December when we got correlation. It called this bottom, and it also called the previous bottom. The previous BTC drop, we had alt BTC still consolidating and grinding higher, which was reflecting a lot of strength, and you can see we had this massive move up. And this previous BTC correction, something similar was going on until we did finally get correlation back, and we got a dip on both alt BTC and BTCUSD. And this is expected, when we do have correlation to the downside, there are times when corrections, when alts will move down lower, and on the way up they will move higher. So this move up, you can see alt BTC is moving against the Bitcoin dollar, and Bitcoin dollar is moving up. So this is the best kind of move for alts against USD, and that's what people should be trading. And of course CT is lost and they're not. I call this crypto USD pairs have had many bottoms across the board, follow the leaders, and very low interaction again as usual. And what did I get? I got a reply which really reflects the market sentiment. Imagine trading alts against USD. So people are absolutely in disbelief because this market has destroyed them, and all we are doing is taking advantage of that. We're taking advantage of their sentiment. And alts BTC, let's just get a gauge on what this did. Yeah, a 382 retrace, essentially again the same thing, and we're getting continuation. Price has broken out from there, so expecting that. We also have an inverse head and shoulders here, which is faked out. This was the neckline, we never really broke below it, and we've moved. So all this is very bullish, guys, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really surprising to me that most of the crowd just cannot see it. I don't know how that is possible, but still, yeah. So alt USD is the play here, guys. This is what this is reflecting, so let's continue to focus on that. So I'm going to quickly do Bitcoin against the dollar. You can see we had the previous confluence for resistance, 618 of this retrace, the 618 of this channel, and also the moving average. This was good confluence. I'm just going to remove these so we can think and look for targets and the moving average as well. So what I have is this fifth channel. This is the fifth channel basically BTC has been in, and we have manifested the target for this fifth channel. But the thing with channels is that once we do break out of this channel, then the first target for the next move becomes the midpoint, the 0.5 right here of the next channel, and that target would it would get us above 10k, guys. But what other target we can look at is the same target that we've been looking at for the others. You can see the double bottom BTC did not wick down like it did with the others. It did not give that fill that everybody wanted, And what do we have for a double bottom target? I think it should be close to 10k. Yeah, it's about 10,600. It's this quarterly resistance, guys. The last time BTC got rejected was a yearly open, and this 3-month level on Bitcoin is going to be pretty strong. So I'm expecting a decent amount of reaction from this 10,700, 10,800 level. So essentially I think that's where we would be headed once we do start to find support. If you did look at my Twitter, I was calling this. We did not get any 4-hour close below 8,300, and BCH was showing good strength, and this was a good place. I said I'll be buying the dip, and we got the dip. Clearly said that this is a very nice place to manage the risk. If we calculate the risk reward for these trades, guys, this dip, it's absolutely incredible. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and see where we can get our targets. And then there's another place that I showed people that they could manage their risk, and this was the 12-hour order block, and we've absolutely moved out of there. We've had a strong move out from there. So yeah, guys, BTC, you can look at that order block, and if you're in that long, that is still the place below which I have my stops, and looking for this rally to head towards 10,700, 10,800. So let's see if we can get this. I'm getting an alert for BCH as we speak, still moving out, and I guess him and Dash are the ones who are leading this rally. So congrats, guys, if you caught all of this with me. It's all there for you to publicly see, and let's see how far this can go. I just want to quickly show Nasdaq. This is the levels I marked out last week of December as essentially the strong place to be taking profits, and it was a strong fib level. End of last week we were right on top of this level. I was just making a joke how it's gone right through, but as levels are and as strong confluence of Fibonacci are, we are generally looking to take profits in strong levels, and only once price does end up finding support, you look for the next resistance zone. But for now, you can see, guys, this resistance zone has worked perfectly. There is a very strong fundamental event, the coronavirus, which is spreading, and that's really affecting markets. But you can see this is a proper reflection of technical analysis before the news. Guys, this was from a month ago, this level, and you have a fundamental event right on top of this level. That's absolutely a reflection of this power of nature. It's the power of the universe. This is just a strong Fibonacci level, and what is it doing? It's just reacting with price, and in three-dimensional reality, we're just getting some situation which is affecting it. But anyway, be safe, guys. I think the media is keeping this in right now, and they're eventually going to let this out, and should create a bit of panic. So it's possible that early shorters might get another piece of their medicine, where we do get some more, like maybe a week or so of a move up. But this is coming down, guys, and I think this was the last time I talked about. This is the place I was looking for price to take out before moving up. So it's going to be quite a big drop once these markets do make this drop. It's going to be, this is where they start calling a bear market, more than 20%, and that's going to be the dip to buy. So I'm calling this now again, guys. Essentially 20% move down at least, and let's see. This is going to be the dip to buy, guys, but you can know, I think for me now, it's possible we do get another couple of weeks or 3 weeks, a month of consolidation, but this market is ready for a dip, and let's see how this goes. So just a quick look at the gold chart, since we're going to get this fundamental event and hedge and whatnot. But this on the monthly chart, so there's a strong block. We've had a very decent reaction from it, so it's possible maybe we get another month of consolidation. But I think once we do break above this and this drop, we'll at least be testing these highs on gold once this happens. So keep a lookout for gold, guys. I'm not gonna completely go into the detail of where we might fall into it, possibly next week, but essentially we're just looking for a consolidation. Chart out this monthly block once we do find support over it, which means once 1590 1600 is support, this is gonna run, and that's essentially in line with the equity markets dropping. And you can see gold is kind of front running because we've already had a few decent months, and basically December December and January have been strong for gold, and the markets are going to just react a bit later, but this is going to carry on, guys. So look for that consolidation. In fact, just quickly look at the 4-hour chart. So we've had that breakout, essentially possibly to do with the fundamental event. We found support, and again we're just going to be looking for price to show what it does, because after this reaction, I did tell you we're going to get a correction. I was very optimistically thinking possible to get the monthly open, but the daily support also got front run, so that is quite bullish. If we put out a fib from this entire move, let's see. Yeah, it's a bullish retrace, guys, a 382, and this is much cleaner. Yeah, so it is a 0.5 retrace on gold very cleanly, and we've made a consolidation structure. We've built broken up out of it, and I think we can get a retest of this level here, so something around 1560-ish would be a decent place to manage risk for upside. And I think it's still possible we do get a bit of consolidation before gold does eventually move up, but we're going to be heading up, guys, and it's going to just form something bullish for me, gold, because of other fundamental events taking place. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and share it with someone else. And if you have any questions about what we covered today, please leave them in the comments, and I will be sure to get back to you or answer them in my next video. For more trading content and education, go ahead and click on the video on your right. Thanks for watching, guys, and cheers!